Is underway. Glock getting bogged down, perhaps getting caught out by the characteristics of the F2 cars. Lee Findlay getting an absolutely fantastic start. He's up into the lead of the race. Silent Ace and Flip Flop Fisher battling. Josh already finding himself up into 8th place. You can see them all spreading across the track, but we've got Lee Findlay in the lead at the moment. Silent Ace trying to stay in 2nd. Flip Flop Fish is in 3rd. Glock trying to get back at him. Paulie Orange 5th, Westy in 6th, Josh moving his way up through the field as well, already gaining 3 places on this first lap. He knows he needs to make hay while the sun shines here. We'll look what tyres everyone is on. See who started on the Super Soft. Silent Ace, Paulie Orange, Cassie G, and Denge, George and Infamous Pillars on those Super Soft tyres. As we can see there, the 2 Dams cars going at it. Paulie Orange trying to get past Glock and Flip Flop Fish in these early stages. We saw a car getting a bit wild there towards the back. Not sure who that was, but Lee Findlay has now been passed by Silent Ace. Doesn't need to worry too much about him because he is on those super soft tyres and he's on a completely different strategy. But the perfect start for the championship leader as, oh, Flip Flop Fish is in the wall. Flip Flop Fish in the wall. He's got some damage. There's quite a few cars involved there. West is facing in the wrong direction. It's absolute carnage coming out of turn 8 and 9. I think there was some contact with Glock, Flip Flop Fish and Paulie Orange. And then obviously with him spinning around the circuit, loads of drivers getting themselves involved and getting damaged. I'm guessing as soon as he's got around this corner, he's just going to change down gears and bolt it. There we go. Total P's has gone then at this point in the race. NUF1, Jonathan Cox just swapping around, but he's not got an ideal start actually, Total P's. And Denge is alongside him, Crooksy as well. We're going to be 3 wide into turn 1 here, and the Williams has got himself ahead. So Total P's will he be able to fight back? And Denge just went slightly deep there. He's compromised his line. Total P's is going to try and just tuck underneath the Williams. He's going to have to go the long way round here into turn 4. Not able to do so. Trying to hang it off around the outside, and we might see Crooksy try and have a move back. So, and Denge in the lead of this race. Total P 2nd, Crooksy stays in 3rd. Paulie Orange has already dropped 2 places behind Energetic 6 and Fatality. He's now got Jonathan Cox all over the back of him as well, as Total P's trying to go round the outside at turn 8. That gives him the inside for 9 and 10. Surely he's going to have to give that place up, and he does just wait for now. Gives Andenge 1 tap, 2 taps. Not sure the Williams will be too happy about that though. He's got the ERS fully active, and Denge, he's going to be able to hold off to this position. Squeezes Total P's. This is getting a bit rough and ready between these two at this moment. Smith's getting exciting now though for Shay, because Pythons has managed to sneak past him up into 2nd position. So the Porsche, who I think will be pitting this lap, if his last stint is anything to go by, we might see a tyre change from him as well, as I don't believe he changed his tyres in the last stint. He's back up into 2nd place, but Shay looking very racy at the moment to try and get that position back. They're both drifting slightly wide there. Python's just hanging on to 2nd. As he goes one way, you're not going to find a way past there. These cars, they have a lot of downforce, but generally that only seems to work on tarmac. If you get on the grass, just normally leads to an enormous accident. He's looking all over the place to see where he can get past Pythons, and I think that will do it. He'll be on the outside for this curve. That'll give him the inside for Indianapolis. There we go. Shay up into 2nd place once again, but this battling costing both of these guys time. And I think any chance, if they carry on for 2 months longer, the chances of going for the victory might be over, as Pythons spins the car around there. That is going to be enough to promote Knighton, I think, up into 3rd position. So he's back in a podium spot. There we go. Riley still carrying on another lap. 18 laps on these intermediate tyres. They are definitely going to be past their best now, but he's doing an incredible job on keeping them in a good enough condition that he's still got very reasonable pace at the moment. 9.5 seconds ahead of Catboy Key. We've just seen Rich in his first race in the Red Bull move up into 13th. Of course, he's on a very different strategy to his teammate, who is in 7th, so don't count him out. It's not going to be until the final few laps until we see how this race is going to pan out, and that is how we love it, of course. And there is still the spectre of penalties hanging over a few of these drivers. I think Dexter, he's got himself a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Yellow flags in Sector 3. I think Alex has just had a bit of a ride through the Sachs curb, but unlike Vettel 2 years ago, he is able to continue Ivahanen, after that little half spin earlier, continuing his assault on Dexter for that 4th position. Down the inside he goes. The Alpha's going to try everything he can to hold it all the way around the outside. Is he going to have enough traction to keep onto that place? The Alfa Romeo doing incredibly well on acceleration out of that corner, but this time Ivahanen takes 4th position and Dexter unable to fight back for now. Will he concentrate on attacking the Mercedes, or is he going to be defending too hard from Nicky in 6th? So Ivahanen's next target, 6.5 seconds up the road, is Aaron. And that might take a bit longer for him to catch up, as his tyres will, of course, start wearing at some point, as finally 18 laps, that is enough for Riley to dive into the
John
pit.
Polska goes for 2nd place. Aero, however, has none of it and tries to hold it, and they touch, and Aero in the wall.
These two crashed into each other on the last lap in Austria, and it's happened again this time. I think Aero's come worse off, and Samyabin now right behind him. Aero's got a damaged front wing. So if Aero's got such huge damage, Samyabin could get well ahead of him. Aero could drop way down the field. This is... we're not even going to try and work out who's going to win the Constructors' Championship, I think, until we get right to the end and see how far Samyabin drops. At the moment, I think he dropped down to round about 6th, 7th place. Aero with huge damage. I'm sure they'll be talking to each other as Johan now dives down the inside. You can see the wheels locking on them old tyres. Pasti gets himself a penalty while all this chaos is happening behind him. Thyman rounds the final corner to head towards the finish line. Victories in AOR clearly come like London buses. You wait ages for one and then two come at once at the end of the season. Thyman takes the victory in the final round. It's another podium as a reserve for Jordan Polska, and we're going to wait to see how everything settles down here. Samyabin is going to cross the line in 3rd place, but I think Johan might just steal that. In fact, Kiski might even end up on the podium here, given how close all the time is on. Kiski's 4th, Aero 3rd in the end, so didn't lose too much position-wise. And as I quickly checked to see, I think... yeah, Thyman still did have the fastest lap, so I think Mercedes are still in the lead of the Constructors' Championship thanks to how all the penalties handed out there. Samyabin dropped down to 7th position, so yeah, Mercedes just about holding on to their lead in the Constructors. So Kiski doing the double this season, Thyman doing the double in terms of race wins at the end. P1 in Austria, P1 here today in Brazil, 5 podiums in a row. He'll be hoping he can keep that form on to the next game, and it is another VRT 1-2-3.